All right. Let me take a drink. All right, friends. Today I'm gonna try a game. I've been trying to, you buy a game on sale, you don't necessarily download it right away. You got this backlog of games that you've bought, but you've never even tried. So I've been trying to find time to at least try some of these games. And then I can sort of mentally thought, like, maybe you try and it turns out not so good after all. That happened. Then you try a game and then it turns out it's really great, and that has happened too. So today we're gonna try I Was a Teenage Exocolonist, which is a choicey adventure game about being a teenager on like a new alien planet. I think there's already life on the alien planet, but I don't think there's like talking life, I think. It has a nice sort of a drawn style. It looks sort of like drawn in pencil rather than rendered by triangles type style. There's content warnings, so I guess I might as well read it. As a teenage exocolonist is suitable for ages 13 and older. It does not contain excessive violence or explicit sex. However, it does deal with mature topics, which will be uncomfortable for some players. There are many ways to live your life on Ventumna, I guess, Vertumna, as I guess the planet. And just like in real life, some choices can lead you to dark places. Broadly, content warnings for the game include the following, and then I can pick any of these to learn more. Major character death. Exactly who dies. Spoilers. Children in peril / dying. Animal cruelty and death. Bodily harm and grossness. Implied sexual content. Drugs and alcohol. Violence in text. Mental health and trauma. Domestic abuse. Traumatic global events. Okay. I don't think any of those are too off-putting compared to some of the stuff we've seen before. Let's just go to these audio settings. Is music? Okay, I'm using the right stick to turn on. Music. You gotta constant music? It says constant music off. If I make it say constant music on, we still have music, so I don't exactly know what's going on there. We're gonna turn the music way down. That's too much. Harder card challenges, skip card challenges, skip screen text, sort drawn cards. I don't know what these card thingies are. I'm sure we'll have to hit new game and find out. Okay, my only option is to wake up. This game deals with mature subjects and may not be suitable for all players. Please see your content warnings in the system description menu for a detailed list of themes and events. Oh, we did that. Thank you. Oh boy. You wake in chaos and confusion of light and heat and smoke. Fire. Okay, so we're like in first person. We're trying to escape a burning building type deal. Your head is pounding. You must have hit it and blacked out, but you weren't sure how you got here or what on Vertumna is Vertumna. Is that how I'm supposed to say it? I'm going to try to say Vertumna every time. Or what on Vertumna is happening. There's something important you need to remember. Okay, we're stumbling through. We flip through like one of the floors and we fall to a lower floor. Your stomach lurches as the floor crumbles beneath your feet and then collapses. Oh, someone's running up to us. It's a gal. She's got red hair. Your body aches as your eyes burn from the smoke. A figure appears through the flames. It's your friend. Your friend? Oh, wait. Why can't you remember her name? She's gesturing and shouting at you, but all you hear is a ringing in your ears. Okay. Well, we're gonna climb out. You try to stand up, but one of your legs folds uselessly under you. It won't hold your weight. Your friend pulls you out of the rubble. She throws your arm over her shoulder and half drags you towards the door. We can see the exit. Through it, you see a deep, eerie twilight, dark blue and cold against the heat and fire around you. Glow season. Glowing eyes. You shake your head and clear your vision. Is that some kind of dog, like from Earth? It is dog-like. Yes. Oh, it has a extendable neck. The creature howls and lunges. Its jaws open. And then we get eaten. Crap. Zoom back out to space. There's like stars drifting by. Cut the title screen. I was a teenage exocolonist. Okay. Well, that was a good game. 5 whole minutes. Oh, no, here we are. Okay, we have a ship going through space. It's like a cartoon rocket ship. It's got little circle pulses coming out the back instead of jet flames. But it's got like a little pointy nose on the front, and then it's like a tube, and then little energy whatever's coming out the back. You are born on the Stratospheric, Earth's first colony ship, halfway through its 20-year voyage to a wormhole at the edge of the Sol system. Okay. Your parents run the hydroponic gardens, which make fresh air and vegetables for the ship. Like the other colonists, they bravely chose to make this one-way journey to the uncharted planet Vertumna 4 in the hope that they could escape Earth's troubles. They had the old-fashioned way, merging their genes like they merge their cultures and traditions. They name you... okay, so we can pick Solanaceae, Solanaceae, Seae, is that I think how you say the last bit? Or we can just pick Solana, or Solane, or something else. Solana sounds fine. Let's describe, okay, so Mom has a buzzed, short hair, and then it's like hair on top, and then towards the back of her head, the hair has been cut away entirely to like form like plant designs. You know how you can like do like art into a shaved head type look. So she's got that, and then she's got some gold earrings and a gold nose stud. She's got a bunch of tattoos around her neck and up on her shoulders and collarbone. She's got some gold bands on her arm and like a tube top, and then like tough looking leather gloves and pants. Like she's ready to do some sort of physical labor like you would expect from some sort of gardener, I suppose. Or maybe she's ready to like fix hydroponics machines. I don't know, maybe she's more technically skilled. Dad has sort of white and blue hair. It's like mixtures of white and blue, kind of like toothpaste. Just a whole mop of hair swept to the side on top. And he's got kind of a goatee and a really short mustache and stuff. And the beard, I guess it's sort of a short beard all over. That's not a goatee exactly. I don't know what it's just like a really short length beard. And then he has some sort of there's like a strap, like maybe he's got like a bag behind him or something that we can't see, along with just a white shirt. There's a collar that can button up, but it's not currently buttoned, and he similarly has like some bracers on his arms that like are like you can see the laces of the outside of the bracer, and his hands are in his pockets. He's also got some sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Utilitarian type pants. They both look very practical in their outfits. I kind of want to pick Solana, but I sort of want to see what the something else names are. Okay. Rename character. Okay, so if I pick something else, then we can like just totally type in a name. SOLANA. We can type any name we want, and so we will type one of the suggested names. Okay. Name change to Solana. Okay. Now, we can... androgynous appearance. We can shift our appearance between feminine, androgynous, and masculine. I guess we'll go with masculine, and then there's a slider for he, him, she, her, and they, them in the middle. Let's go with they, them pronouns, but a masculine appearance. That sounds fine. Let's see. You're a bright-eyed child with an active imagination, sometimes too active, your mom says. Use the sliders on the left to choose pronouns and late teen appearance. These can be changed at any time. Okay. And then we can click to advance. It's showing a picture of what we look like. I don't think this is our late teen appearance. This is like our 12-year-old appearance. We're like in some sort of like child's playroom, or maybe like a classroom type room, but there's like all sorts of stuff just everywhere, and like tons of little cubbies, and there's a a robot holding a tray of chocolate chip cookies. And like art supplies on the table, and there's like a big jungle gym dome in the back area. All right, let's proceed. You have vivid dreams of things you've never experienced. Dirt under your feet, skies overhead, endless jungles and strange animals. You wonder if this is what Vertumna will be like. Okay. Do we have more customization? It's showing a bunch of stuff. We have a meter that is about 25% filled in with our face on it, and it's like 25% around the outer edge of the circle in the upper left. And then down below that, there's a whole bunch of little meters that like sort of looks like they're supposed to fill in. Empathy, persuasion, creativity, bravery are the talk bubble. And then the brain section says reasoning, organizing, engineering, and biology. And then the arms section looks like it says toughness, perception, combat, and animals. We have a thumbs up. Across the top, there's some sections. There's a gear, a heart, some cards, and a little paragraphy thing in one chunk. The next chunk is a thumbs up with 0. So we'll get more thumbs ups as we go, I guess. And then the next chunk has like a meter that goes between like happy and grumpy. And then the next chunk has a meter that goes from a waving flag that's blue themed to a raised fist that's purple themed. From which I can only assume that they are attempting to imply that, of course, men love flags and women love individual anarchy or something. That's what blue and purple obviously mean, naturally. Okay. Next page. Every child on the stratospheric is given one genetic enhancement. By age 6, you see the first signs of yours. Oh my gosh, these are some cool genetic enhancements. Eagle eyes, extra fingers, absorbent brain, super strength, calm temperament, or nothing at all. I really want to know what nothing at all does. It might actually do nothing, and it's like, like a challenge mode. I want it. Eagle eyes is good, but I think I want absorbent brain. That sounds great. Yeah, absorbent brain. Professor Howell says kids learn fast because their brains are like sponges, but when people get older, they can't absorb as much new stuff. Not for you, you're always learning, and your curiosity knows no end. Okay, so we have +1 brain, +1 skill on brain challenge win. So we get, whenever we win a brain challenge, we automatically get 1 more skill than we would have gotten, I guess? Is that what it's trying to say? I don't know, let's turn the page. The other kids have trouble keeping up with you, but one tries. Energetic and loyal Anemone, tough and gentle Cal, bold and confident Mars, quiet and adventurous Dees, studious and mature Tangent, shy and sweet Tammy. Now, what's interesting here is that there are... can we... Oh, we can highlight the absorbent brain thingy, but it doesn't really show us more details. It just sort of zooms in case we can't read the text. So we have these 6 options. There are 4 characters shown. There's like a red-headed boy with like a bunch of freckles. There's a green-haired guy with he's got clothes that actually look similar to like our parents' clothes, and then there's kind of would I describe this girl as maybe like a goth? I don't know. She's got like a dark blue and purple dress, and then over top of the dress it looks like there's like a plastic vest. It's like plastic see-through, but like just over top of the dress. And then her hair is like black and blue. And then we have a guy who I guess we could also describe as like a goth guy. He's like he's got like a bowl cut hair, like dark hair, and it's like shadowing his eyes, so his eyes are all spooky looking, and he's got like a high-necked jacket that like, it goes way up. So he's like some sort of goth nerd type character that you'd see. in a story. In a manga. I really mean, I said story. I meant manga, specifically in a manga. All right. One kid tries to keep with you. All right, let's try energetic and loyal anemone. That sounds great. Oh, we got the redheaded kid. Anemone is the most enthusiastic person you know. Your favorite memory is the time she taught you how to play 0G sports ball after class. Oh, it's just a girl. All right, my mistake. She never means to get you into trouble, but somehow you always seem to find it together. I can say, yeah, anemone, or wait, that's not right. All right, let's back out. I want to... If I quieten it... So, studious and mature tangent. Oh, she wasn't even in the group. Okay, so we have an additional girl. She's got black hair with a white bang coming down, and her jacket type thing. I can't tell if it's like a jacket or if it's like just a shirt, tunic, dress together, but it gives the impression that she's wearing a lab coat, like a sleeveless lab coat. It's very cool. Tangent sits right up front by the holo projector and always has her hand in the air. She and her twin brother Dis drifted apart when she started genome treatment to make her body conform to her gender. Today's Tang is the girl you always knew she was, but her relationship with Dis is worse than ever. Okay. Tangent's focus, it says 3 and then +1 if this has the highest value. I have no idea what that means. All right, let's check out the other kid that we didn't get to see. Sweet and shy Tammy. Okay, Tammy looks kind of like she's got like elf ears, basically. They're like pointy and off to the side, like a Lord of the Rings character. And she's got like pale pink hair. And she's got like a big yellow jacket tunic thing over her white shirt and purple shorts. And she looks very, very nice, sort of like a traditional elf girl. Tammy is the kindest person you know. She idolizes Auntie Sedent and is always following her around, helping her with the babies or learning how to cook. She has the best snacks at class, recess, and always shares, especially with you, Cal. You and Cal. She and Cal are just as close, so it's kind of like having two best friends. So Tammy's care is a 2 rank card and then +1 to the card to her right. All right. Well, we're gonna go back. We're gonna stick with energetic and loyal anemone. She's great. I just wanted to see what the other characters looked like that we hadn't had pictures of. Yeah, anemone. You're 10 years old when the ship finally reaches the wormhole. Professor House says it's like a doorway to other star systems, with the planet Vertumna 4 on the other side. You run emergency drills for months to prepare. Okay, so enhancement absorbent brain. Childhood friend anemone is 1 heart out of, it looks like 10? When the day finally comes, it starts with a rumble, then things start to slide off the tables. You hurry to gather near the escape pods, just in case. The emergency area is crowded with families. It's going to be fine, Solana, your dad soothes. We'll be through the wormhole and down on the planet before you know it, just like we've practiced. Your mom gives him a sharp, worried look. Red emergency lights switch on as a siren begins to sound somewhere distant in the ship. You try to breathe slowly like you were taught, but you're very scared. You look at a porthole. The stars are gone. When you're frightened, I can put on a tough face, but I need toughness 5 or greater, which I guess I don't have. I can get in touch with your emotions, which says need empathy 5 or greater, or I can find a distraction, needs organizing 5 or greater. What? Oh, find it as organizing 5 or greater. Oh, okay. So I guess each of these little bumps here is many points at a time. So we have points in toughness, combat, reasoning, and empathy, but we don't have points in organizing, so we can't find a distraction. We can get in touch with our emotions, or we can put on a tough face. Let's get in touch with our emotions. All right, when you're frightened, you get in touch with your emotions. All right. You bawl like a baby. If that's not what I thought it meant. Okay, you bawl like a baby. It feels good. You aren't the only one. Nearby, your classmate Tammy has tears streaming down her cheeks. Mars is trying quietly to console her. She sighs as your crying makes Tammy wail even more loudly. Your dad puts his arms around you as you let it out. Oh no, sorry, Tammy. You wait. The shaking builds. Then everything starts to get very weird. The hallway stretches, and you're stretching too, your arms impossibly long. Your head feels like it's slowly filling up like a balloon and contracting down to the size of an atom at the same time. Is this the wormhole? You hear the distant, ominous squeal of metal giving way as the ship shudders and lurches in slow motion. The weirdest part is a sense of déjà vu. You're sure this has happened to you before, and you know somehow that everything is going to be okay. The shuddering reaches a crescendo. You hear an impossibly loud crunch and feel weightless for a few seconds before gravity slams you back against the wall. Head first, you black out. As you slip unconscious, you feel yourself twisted out of time. It's today, yesterday, and tomorrow all at once. And more than just one tomorrow. Lots of them. Different tomorrows. You find yourself in a place that you know from your dreams. Tilled fields, dramatic ridges, and a stranger, but also not a stranger. Grinning as she grabs your hand. Hurry up, she says. I'm not going to let you miss this. And here we have a goth MILF, all right? We have a goth MILF. That's who showed up to says that she's not going to let us miss this. She's got a white dress on with a big black girdle, might be the word. It's like a tall belt. You know, the tall belt type of thing. It's not quite a corset because it stops below the boobs. And so I think that means it's not a corset. She's also got this sort of like blue kind of a robe type thing that's like just on her arms, and then there's some of it out her back, but it's not really like wrapping all the way around her. And then she has very long like black braided hair, but then some of the braids have been dyed blue and white, sort of in the mess of braids. Just very pretty lady. All right, distantly, you can feel the ship shaking has stopped, and you hear your parents' worried voices. Feeling safe, you slip further into the warm embrace of the stars. You drift. Okay, our emotion meter has gone from happy to now it might have been at bad, but now we're at a neutral emotion point. Gradually, your consciousness reforms. You wake up in the med bay. The med bed under you plays a soft tone, and an automated voice speaks. 2 weeks have elapsed. The patient's cranial injury has completed healing. They may now be safely discharged. As the fog lifts from your head, you realize something seems different about this room. It's so bright. You try to focus on the windows. Something's definitely different. So I can pick sunlight, trees, or ground. I'm gonna pick trees. Instead of the familiar blackness of space, bright light from twin blue and yellow suns is streaming through the windows. You peer out and see fields, glass-walled domes, and walls ringed by giant mushroom trees. There are construction materials everywhere and people walking around. Outside, on the ground. You'd better get out there and join them. You can rush outside to start your new life, or cautiously step outside to your new life. I think we're going to cautiously step outside. Oh, okay. Oh, Tammy jumps as you step out of the ship's quarters behind her. You're awake. Are you all better? You need to go see your dad. She points southeast towards some geodesic domes. Okay, so now we're in like a Stardew Valley type. Like we have a character moving around, and there's like some paths and stuff. Hey, here's Dad. Solana, your dad gives you a big warm hug. I'm so happy you're finally awake. Dr. Instance thought it'd be best to keep you asleep while your noggin healed. Your mother and I thought you might sleep away the whole year, my snoozy little gooseberry. He checks your head and looks relieved. He was clearly very worried about you, but covers it with jokes and smiles. Love your dad. Welcome to Vertumna, he says, gesturing around you. You've never seen the stratospheric from the outside except in pictures. Oh, that's our ship. Right. You've never seen the stratospheric from the outside except in pictures. The ship has been separated in two and parts taken off to form other buildings and a big wall around the whole colony. The alien jungle creeps right up to the wall. Only the geodesic greenhouses pass outside it, dotting their way up the hill. How'd you do this so fast? You've been asleep for weeks, my dear aubergine, he says, and these geodesic greenhouses practically put themselves up. But some of this is only a quick temporary solution, he admits. We're gonna keep growing and improving things. One day our little colony will be as big as a whole city. Oh, before I forget, he pulls a package out from his satchel and hands it to you. You blink and stare at it blankly. Don't you know what day it is? He asks. You honestly don't. You remind him you've been asleep in the med bay. Happy birthday, he shouts, wrapping you in a warm hug. Your birthday already? You feel a dizzying sense of déjà vu. You stare hard at the wrapped package. You know exactly what is in there. You remember it. No, you dreamed about this package. Some years ago on the ship. Inside will be a small medallion in the shape of a sun that your dad made by hand. Oh, okay, we can open the package, which gives us a card. Or we can tell him you know what's in it, which also gives us a card. Or we can don't open the package. Let's tell him you know what's in it. Oh, spooky kids, you know? You describe the medallion and your dad tisks as he hands you the package. Oh, who ruined the surprise? Was it Seek? I'll bet it was Seek. They hate fun. He grins and asks, don't tell him I said that. You start to explain that nobody told you, but someone shouts your dad's name. Listen, I'm so sorry, Solana, he says, but I have to get back to work. There was an accident when we landed and... don't worry, we're going to fix it, your mother and I. Professor Hal is expecting you in classes, if you're feeling up to it, your dad says, pointing west to the engineering wing in the rear end of the bisected ship. Then he points out the large doors you came out of earlier. Or you can relax in your quarters until you're feeling better. We'll talk tonight, he says, then kisses the top of your head and ruffles your hair. Have a wonderful birthday, Solana. I love you. So we unlocked the study humanities and engineering ability, and we can say, love you too, Dad. To enter building, press the X button near the door of the flag. Choose an activity for the month to gain skills and advance time. There are 13 months to a year and 10 years to the end of the game. You only have time to focus on a few things. All right, done. I didn't... Okay. So we can take 130 turns. Let's talk to... What's her name? Hey, Solana! Anemone seems really at home here. She's rolling a sports ball around with her foot, making patterns in the weird blue snow. This stuff is different from snow on Earth, she tells you, because it isn't cold, but it's still neat, and you can make stuff out of it. Your foggy head clears a little. Anemone is simple, physical, real. You always feel grounded near her. Alright, what are you making? Oh, just snow spirals, she says. But earlier, me and Cal made a big snow pile. You missed it while you were out there sleeping in medbay. She smiles her broad, gap-toothed smile at you. Now that you're awake, we can play. Why aren't you in school? She smacks her forehead. School? I wondered where everybody was. I guess I'm gonna be late for humanities class. She doesn't look very worried to you. It's okay, she says. Professor Hal is chill. He won't mind, but we should probably go now. She grins and starts running towards engineering. Hey, race you! No fair, she's gonna get a head start. Okay, so... I think this rocket ship thing is the humanities building, right? Engineering, yeah, okay. A low throbbing noise comes from the engine room, which provides power to the colony. Other corridors lead off to the teaching labs and medbay. You know the route to your classroom well, but the rest of this wing is off limits to children. Congruence, the ship's onboard AI, beams down at you from a nearby holoscreen. Don't forget to study hard, Solana. Alright, so I can pick a activity to do this month. I can study life sciences, or I can study humanities. Or I can leave. Alright, study life sciences is biology, reasoning, and friendship with tangent. Humanities is creativity, persuasion, and friendship with tangent. They both also give plus 15 stress. Okay, so life sciences is plus 2 biology, plus 1 reasoning. Study humanities is plus 2 creativity and plus 2 persuasion. I mean, we were asked to do humanities, so I think it's like probably its safe default or whatever. Welcome, Solana. Professor Hal greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study the glorious humanities. History, literature, language, media, and philosophy. And yes, if you're lucky, we'll have a little ancient Earth poetry too. He seems excited about this last bit. By the way, if anyone is interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Congruence's scheduling system when you have a chance. She'll be helping me teach them. Today's assignment is an easy one, Hal says with a yawn, because I was up late repairing Congruence's subterminal and I could use a nap. I'd like you to write an essay on what Vertumna Colony means to you. I can say freedom, equality, democracy. My friends are all here. I feel safe here, or just doodle instead of writing. Well, I'm 10 years old, so I'm going to say my friends are all here. You write about all your buds and the fun things you do together. Also, I don't know, I feel like this is a weird first day of school because, like, we woke up like 5 minutes ago, you know? When Hal wakes up from his nap, he asks a few students to read their essays to the class. Mars is annoyed that you hardly mention her. Well, you aren't really friends, so... Alright, we get to work. Finish this class. Alright, when you work or go to class, you'll play a quick card challenge as the month passes. Move cards to fill the 5 panes and make the best hand you can. Yes, order matters. If your total in the circle on the right reaches the goal value, you win. Depending on your cards, some challenges can't be won, but you still get a reward for doing your best. Okay. Bonuses for pairs. Alright. More cards in a flush pair or straight. The higher the bonuses added to your total. Cards can also affect each other and be rearranged to find the best total score. Okay, so we got the Stressful Cry card. Our goal is 8. So we'll put first steps. Crawling doesn't help. Spear to help. Oh, but we get a bonus for putting the 2 red cards next to each other. And then put Wondering and Wondering next to each other. Which are both 0 value, but they, because they're both blue, then we get a point for that. And because the baby cards are all next to each other, we get some points. So our total is 9, which means we win the card challenge. Victorious, you worked well this month, +1 creativity. Your skills increase when you work or go to school, with extra skills if you win the challenge, and a kudos bonus if you make the highest scoring hand with your cards. Working also increases stress, which prevents you from working if it reaches 100. To relieve stress, take a month off to relax in the quarters wing. Alright. So we got +3 creativity and +1 from 1 challenge, +2 persuasion, and +15 stress. We also have that girl with the white and black hair and the 1. We can't put the indicator on her to see exactly why her little 1 point is there, but presumably she's having an effect or something. I don't know. Your parents have been working from first dawn to well after dinner every day. You know growing food is an important job, and it's vital to get crops in the ground right away, but there seems to be something more than that. It's such a change from growing up in the stratospheric, where you saw them all the time. You stay up and wait for them at night because at night before going to bed, though you can tell they're exhausted, they make an effort to spend time with you. I'm sorry we haven't been seeing much of you, little gooseberry, your dad says. Your mom watches you as she works a pebble out of her gardening tiller, which also serves as a crutch. How have you been holding up? I learned some stuff in school. I'm glad to hear that, your mom says. I want you to study hard, work hard, and stay out of trouble. Your dad smiles. And Professor Hal will give you a kudos if you get good grades. You can spend those at the depot once it's open. You know, says your dad, raising an eyebrow at your mom, I think there are lots of different ways to learn, and school's just one of them. You can learn from working on a hobby, or by helping a friend. Mom shakes her head and sighs, though you can tell she's trying to put on a gentle expression. We both agree that the colony is an experiment, and that means we're going to do things differently than on Earth. You're old enough now to start making your own decisions about your education and future, and if that means you find your own way, we'll accept that. Your dad puts a hand on your shoulder. We'll be proud of you no matter what you do. Try talking to your friends. They may have an idea on how you can spend your time. And come by geoponics, your mom adds. We could use your help. Unlocked shoveling dirt in geoponics. Alright, early quiet. Next month, mid-quiet. Quiet season, age 10. Okay, so we're still like, 10. It's snowy. Anemone is bumping a sports ball with her wrists, trying to keep it in the air. Heads up, she shouts and bumps the ball back in your direction. Think fast. We can do a trick. We can bounce it back or say, look out, a ball is flying towards you. Do a trick needs toughness 10 or greater, and we apparently have that, so like we're gonna use our stats. You catch the ball with your wrists, bop it up, and headbutt it back to Anemone. She grins her huge gap-toothed smile. Whoa, nice move, Solana. You bounce the ball back and forth with her, trying to see how many times you can rally and keep it going. Anemone tells you about the new sports ball court, a popular regulation-sized court way bigger than the little 0G one back on the Stratospheric. Her brother Colm is coaching the junior sports ball team this year. He's so great, she says. He's good at everything, especially spiking. He's coaching me to play awesome like him. You should come join us. Okay, so we've unlocked sports ball in the garrison. I can't tell if they're mocking volleyball or what, but oh, hey, there's a kid over here. You see Dis sitting on the ground beside some bushes. Is he hiding from somebody? He seems to be watching the gate in the wall to the south, where grown-ups are coming and going. Kids aren't allowed past the walls, he says quietly without looking up. They say there's nothing to be afraid of, but why do we need walls? Good point. You stare at the gate and have a sudden rush of memory so strong you think you might faint. You imagine something crashing through the wall, something enormous and dark and wriggly. For years in space, you've had half-remembered nightmares of monsters, of your ship being destroyed, of sifting through wreckage that used to be your home, trying to find something. Your dad always told you the dreams weren't real. Breaking from your daydream, Dis whispers, I think there are monsters out there. I believe you. Stop making things up or our parents will keep us safe. I believe you, buddy. No, you don't, he says. You're being sarcastic. I can tell. Nobody believes me. He turns his back and ignores you. They're huge and wiggly and dangerous, we shout. Stop making fun of me, Dis pouts. You're as bad as Mars. Alright. Let's look around. A sharp whistle interrupts your thoughts. Hey, Solana, Mars calls out to you. Come here, I have a job for you. And this is the goth gal with the blue dress and the black overcoat, or the transparent overcoat thing with black lining, or black edging? Yeah. You walk over to Mars, who's sheltering from the snow under the ship's overhang. It's so gross here, she complains. This sparked snow would ruin my good clothes. At least in the ship we had climate control. Ugh. Tammy made me some soy sweets, but there's no way I'm going out there in all this weather, she continues. Since you're running around in it, could you fetch them for me? Okay. Good, Mars claps. She's probably just down the hill and near our quarters. Mars sighs. She's scared to take more than a few steps from the door. All she wants to do is hide inside and make sweets. Okay. Let's go down the hill. The living quarters. The ship's living quarters are where everyone sleeps, eats, and hangs out. The private bedrooms are small. You share one with your parents, so colonists spend most of their time in the big common area. There's a lounge and cafeteria and a creche where all the little kids and babies are raised communally. I can pick an activity. No, this isn't. Oh, here we go. She's just outside the door. Tammy is staring obliviously at the sky, smiling to herself. She startles as you approach. Oh, hello, Solana, she says, putting her hand to her chest. Do you need something? So Tammy is that elf girl, remember. I'm here for the sweets. Oh, it's so nice of you to help out Mars. She's a very important person, you know. She hands you a box wrapped in a pink and yellow scarf. One order of mango soy sweets made fresh this morning. Please tell Mars that she can have the scarf back, okay? She used some of her kudos on nanoprint it for me because it's so dusty here, but I think I'm getting used to it now. Tammy smiles again and tucks her hair behind her big elven ears. Mars is so cool, she says fondly. Sometimes she's kind of bossy, but I know she really cares too. Okay. Mars puts her hand out expectantly. Give it here. Okay, so we can say here it is. We can say I ate them, which gives us a strength 2 card. I ate them all. I can say I want half, but we don't have persuasion 5. And if you want them, you gotta pay up. which we don't have persuasion 10. So we'll just say, I hate them. No, I hate them that's mean. Here it is. You hand over the box of soy sweets with a smile. Mars takes it and giggles. You're such a good sidekick, doing everything I say. She opens the box and hands you a soy sweet. Your tip, she tells you. Oh, an administrator Seek's looking for someone to do delivery jobs for the depot, she says. I don't want to do it, because, running around out there? No. Just go through there, she says, gesturing to the door behind her, and tell them I referred you. Okay. All right. Command. Command is a warren of long hallways with doors off to tiny, nondescript offices. Everyone you pass seems to be hurrying off to do something important. The end of one hallway opens into the supply depot, which works as both requisitions office and general store. Beyond it are cavernous warehouses stacked high with supplies from Earth, now being gradually unpacked and distributed. So we can apply to deliver supplies. I can view the notice board or leave. Well, let's view the notice board. Colony food shortfall, minus 100% low. Colony security rating evaluating. Upcoming event. We will be hosting our first annual Virtunalia Festival during the second month of Dust. Chief Administrator Seek. Notice, take precautions outside the colony boundaries. Xenofauna have been sighted in the area. Survey teams are investigating. Current council administrations. Governor Udicott, Command, Chief Administrator Seek, Command, Security Chief Rennet, Garrison, Chief Engineer Instance Engineering, Chief Cultivator Flulu Geoponics, Chief Steward Antecedent Quarters, Chief Surveyor Melatonin Expeditions. Alright, so, okay, let's apply to deliver some supplies. Chief Administrator Seek sees you at the depot. They look you up and down. Solana, you've never struck me as particularly responsible or organized, but children never are. What makes you think you'd be a good fit for the position of courier? You didn't realize this is going to be a job interview. We can say I can carry a lot? Because we have toughness 10 greater. Strong for your age, maybe. But lucky for you, you're the only applicant this week. You've got the job, for now anyway. They use their elegant stylus and to note this on their hollow palm. Come back in a few minutes and you can make your deliveries. Yes, there will be kudos in it if you do it correctly. Unlock to deliver supplies for command. Okay, so let's go back inside. So we can have our activity be deliver supplies. So we get organizing, perception, friends with Mars, and kudos, and only 10 stress instead of 15 stress. Let's talk to Dad and Mom before advancing the calendar, but I feel like delivering sounds like a good task. Hello, my little potato, your dad exclaims, smiling warmly. What have you been up to today? Playing in the fresh air. He breathes deeply and looks slowly around. Vertumna is magnificent, isn't it? You nod. Seasons, he shouts. I missed seasons. Back on Earth, it got much, much colder, and the snow wasn't half as pretty as our spark snow. He sighs, stretching. You just wait till dust season. Both the suns will be high in the sky, and it'll be real hot then. You'll see. Okay, what's Mom got to say? You find your mom hard at work setting up the greenhouses with a small construction crew. You've seen these plans pinned to the wall of your family's quarters for years now. These geodesic domes will house more delicate plants from Earth. Spinach, tomatoes, maybe even fruit. She takes a swig from her canteen as you approach. Looking for something to do, she asks. Remember, Solana, you're responsible for your own schedule now that we've landed, so you can decide how to spend your time, so long as it's productive. She points towards the engineering wing, in the back half of the stratospheric severed frame. Professor Howe is still expecting you in class, but so well-rounded education includes practical application. You're old enough to help with the work around here. She claps her hand on your shoulder. I've got another minute. Anything you need to know? Can I join expeditions? Oh, you're too young to leave the colony. It's dangerous, she shakes her head. Your father would be worried. There's so much we don't know about the world out there. Let the adults find out. Then maybe you can join them in a few years when you're older. She gives you a stern look. She isn't going to budge on this one. For now, stay inside the walls. Okay. What are you doing in geoponics? Maybe this will unlock a geoponics activity? She looks down and nudges at a sprout growing between her feet. It's green, the color of Earth's plants. We're doing our best, she says, but it hasn't been easy. I just hope the potatoes and corn can handle the weather here, she says, glancing up at the sky. I hear it rains like hell in the wet season. She takes a long look up at you, up and down. You're growing fast, Solana, but you're still too young for real farming. Instead, well, there's lots of soil that needs to be hauled. Seeing your disappointment, she nudges you in the shoulder. Don't pout. It'll help you build those muscles. You'll need them now that we're out in the real world, doing real work. Out here, we have to rely on our physical strength. She flexes her biceps. Your mom is really strong. All right, well, what's happening in engineering? Hal's teaching classes on life sciences. Your father thinks you're old enough the school's optional. I don't agree, but I'll be honest, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we've heard about that before. What's the garrison? Security Chief Red is organizing a sports ball team. Okay, that's the sports ball thing. And then in command, they're doing deliveries. Okay, bye. So if we go to geoponics, we can get 3 toughness and 5 kudos and 15 stress by shoveling dirt. 3 toughness. I do like the idea of 3 toughness, but let's go and deliver supplies. Seek sends you all around the colony delivering supplies. During your first week, it's mostly small things you can carry by hand or push on a little cart. Stuff like tools and electronics. Some are high priority, which means you have to move fast. It's fun getting to yell, "Important delivery coming through!" and people actually get out of the way. Mid-quiet organizing, delivering supplies. Our goal is 9. Oh no, I don't think we have some cards here. Oh, Anemone's loyalty. She has a 2 red, all toughness cards under 2 become 2. Looks like we don't have... Oh, we have 1 other toughness card. So the first steps card is a 1 naturally. It becomes 2 because of Anemone's loyalty, and because of the pairing, we get an extra point. So we're already at 9 points. So actually, we'll just put down our yellow cards. And then put down the blue card. I don't think we can put down less than the full hand. All right, so we got to our goal, which means we get an extra organizing point. I think. Oh, so Mars is to the side of it. I think that the 1 Mars thing is that, like, we get a relationship point with Mars, and it must have been that last month we got a relationship point with white black hair girl whose name I forget. This week you had a few more bouts of deja vu, remembering what somebody is about to say or do just before they do that. Sometimes they actually do it, but not always. This morning you were sure Professor Hal was going to trip on the uneven floor in the cafeteria and spill his plate of hash browns. You even told Mars to watch. He didn't, though. As Professor Hal walked away, his hash browns safe for today, Mars called you a liar and a dummy. At night, your dreams are all mixed up with stuff that you know can't be real. You're chased by monsters the size of buildings, only to be saved by strange people you've never met. You're holding hands with someone you love. You're crying as you help lift a shrouded body into the colony recycler. Ooh. Everything seems so familiar, but when you try to recall their faces when you wake up, they're smeared in your memory like wet paint. And here, the picture we have is, it's definitely the elf girl, but she's much older. Instead of being 10, I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna guess 20, because the game goes for 10 years, so she's probably just the base age plus the final age of the game. But what if those things haven't happened yet, but they will someday? Anytime you try to tell someone they think you're playing a trick, or that you're sick and need to go to medbay, you eventually decide to stay quiet about your strange dreams. Why? You don't want people to worry, you just want to be normal, or secret powers are fun. Yeah, secret powers are fun. You start keeping a private journal on your holopalm, recording the events where you remember something before it happens. You also write down your dreams when they have that feeling of being real. You like the idea of being magic and seeing the future, but some of those dreams are very scary. You hope that, like Professor Hal's hash browns, they don't all come true. Mid-quiet, next month, so now we're in late quiet. We're still age 10. Let's see, so Mars doesn't have any speech bubble. Let's ask, Elf Girl, Tammy. You see Tammy sitting quietly near the entrance to the lounge. You've known her for, well, your whole entire life. Back on the ship, you used to play with her, were her study partner, or used to tease her? No, used to play with her, of course. Tammy had the best doll collection. After her mom died, her dad used all his nanoprinter creds to print her a different doll every month for a whole year. Her ears perk up when she sees you. Oh, hello, Solana, she says. Her voice is soft and dreamy, like a beam of starlight. Do you want to play dolls? I sure do. No way we're too old for that, or maybe later. Yeah, I sure do. You don't think Tammy will ever be too old to play with dolls. If anything, she has even more of them now. She takes you to her quarters and brings out the entire Spacey Stacy doll collection. A disturbingly realistic baby with real bowel movements and two super fancy posable dolls named Lily and Tilly who can be reprogrammed to move on their own. Tammy isn't very good at the programming, so Lily and Tilly just roll around awkwardly when you turn them on. You cover quickly by saying that they must be breakdancing at a club. The two of you spend the afternoon making up stories for the rise of their stardom as professional dancers. Okay. Well, nothing immediately happened, but we probably got, like, cards or whatever from talking to her. This is White and Black Hair, whose name I forget. Tangent, that's her name. Tangent is hunched over her holopalm, frowning and poking angrily at the air. She speaks without looking up at you. Professor Hal wants us to prep a list of native flora with pictures, but there should be a catalog on the Colony Holonet, but I can't find it anywhere. Well, I'll help you find that catalog. Oh, we can say plants tried looking outside. I'll help you find that catalog, or let's make our own list. I feel like let's make our own list. Tangent is dubious, but agrees to try your idea. The two of you run around the colony yard, taking pictures of all the different Vertumnan plants that you can find and making up fake sciencey sounding names for them, like Wonkius shrubbius and Propilius gracium. After an hour, you've categorized 51 different species. Tang doesn't think it's a very complete list or a very scientific method, but she figures you must have learned something. Propilius grasses. Anemone holding her stomach. Anemone holds her stomach as you approach. Does the air here make you feel hungry all the time, or is it just me? She wonders. I feel like I could eat a whole one of them mushroom trees. Just oomph. She mimes, shoving a whole giant mushroom in her mouth. So we could say want to train together, but we need toughness 20 to do that, and we don't have it. And we would get a card if we did it, but we can't train together yet. Which means let's go back talk to Mars for a second and see if she has a dialogue where we could maybe get a card. I'm bored. This is boring, Mars complains, stamping her foot. All the adults want to do is work, and they're not paying attention to me. Well, if we had 20 persuasion, we could tell her about our day. Okay, let's talk to, what's his name? Dis. Oh, you found me. Dis is adjusting better than you'd expected to life on the surface. He's already found new places to hide and do whatever it is he does out here by himself. If we had bravery 20, we could check on... We could dare him to eat a worm, which would get us a card about becoming a carnivore. Okay, so we have empathy 11, reasoning 10, and toughness 11 are our main stats. Hold on. How'd she go? Okay. No, so we have 10 combat. Maybe we should up our toughness. Oh, we need bravery 20. Oh, toughness 20 was for doing sports ball. Sports ball is kind of volleyball, kind of. Hold on. What do you? The dog left the room for all of however long that was, and then immediately came back in. Hey, we got another kid over here. Cal. Cal has the green hair. Cal is riding around the geoponics gardens on his hoverboard. The board comes to a sudden shuddering stop on the rocky ground in front of you. Cal falls off, but catches his balance before he eats dirt. Hi, Solana. Real ground is way harder to hover on than ship floors. There are bumps everywhere. We all have to adapt. Maybe hoverboards don't work outside, or yeah, that sucks. Well, maybe hoverboards don't work outside? Question mark? Oh, they totally do, Cal explains. I've been all over the place on this thing. Hovering outside is rad. Look at this. He runs over to a small depression on a nearby hill and presents it like it's something new. Look at this. It's a skate bowl. What? Cool. Can I try? Sure, but, please be careful. Mom says if I break my hoverboard, we can't make another one. You take turns riding around the bowl, trying to get up enough speed, going down one side and come back up the other. You don't land any tricks, but it's hard just staying on the board with the uneven ground, but it's still fun. So we got 1 toughness and 2 friendship with Cal. Awesome. There's like a guard at the gate. You step cautiously through the colony gates. Hey there, kiddo! Uncle Tonin blocks your way with a smile. I'm afraid expeditions is off limits for now. It's not safe out there for you kids. You'd better toughen up so you can join the squads when you're older. We can say I'm tough enough if we have toughness 20, or I'm brave enough if we have bravery 20. You can also view the map or view the... Let's view the map. An info window pops up on your holopalm when you get closer. What do you want to know about? The known lands of Vertumna. Nearby is in the middle. North we have the Prosaic Plains. East we have the Valley of Vertigo. South we have the Subaqueous Swamp. And then south of that there's some sort of bay or ocean or something. And to the west we have the Wrestling Ridges. Alright. Let's view the bestiary. A float cow, a hop eye, ooh, what's a manticore look like on this planet? There's no pictures. Manticore, Xenophilus tyrannus, highly intelligent and predatory. Their plumage changes according to the season. Their body is composed almost entirely of dangerous weapons. Do not approach. There's no pictures. Alright, so we're not gonna... I'm sure we'll see some beasts someday. So what do we could keep organizing. Let's look at our cards. Oh, let's look at our friends. So we have points with Anemone and Cal. Tangent, Dis, Mars, and Tammy all have friendship points. Flulu and Geranium, Mom and Dad, along with Hal, Tonin, Congruence, and Seek, they don't have friendships. Friendship meters. Alright. Looks like we can still change our pronouns even though the game has begun, which is, what's the term? I'm thinking equitable. I don't mean equitable. Flexible? Perhaps flexible is what I want. Gear. You'll keep adding to your decks as you age and configure cards by spending time relaxing. You have a limited number of gear slots based on your organization and other skills. Click gear to equip, unequip it. Collectibles you find. Alright. So our sun medallion is our gear. And then collectibles. We have no collectibles. And our memories. 11 cards for use in challenges. So, can I... So, like, we draw from the deck? I guess, at random? Huh. Okay, so I feel like we should... If organizing affects how we can do stuff later, then upgrading organizing would be cool. But I feel like we want to get tough. We were gonna shovel some dirt. Oh, okay. So this month when we shovel dirt, we also get friendship points with Cal, in addition to the kudos and toughness. So yeah, we'll do that. It's your first day in the glorious world of agricultural soil conveyance. Oh boy. Good morning, Solana. This is our mom speaking. Good morning, Solana. Looks like you're working for your old lady. I hope you don't expect me to go easy on you just because you're my kid. She walks you around the geoponics wing and points out where everything is. Your job is to move sod, compost, plants, garden waste, and equipment from one place to another. Get comfortable with this, she says, pushing a squeaky old-fashioned wheelbarrow towards you. Now, any questions before you start moving that dirt? Wait, why not use hydroponics? Oh, on the ship we grew most of our plants with their roots in the water, and it's true it was more hygienic that way, your mom replies. She brushes an insect off her arm, which lets out a large squeak of objection. But hydroponic systems use too much energy. Here we have to grow as much as we can the old-fashioned way. Is that true? I guess that makes sense. Alright, where do we move it again? From here, she points to a dirt pile, to there. She points to an identical pile 10 meters away. She sees your confusion. We had some very precious soil from Earth on the ship, full of all the nutrients and bugs and bacteria our plants need to grow. But it was lost in an accident. Now we have to make more from scratch using Vertumnian soil. This is part of the process. Alright, let's get to work. That's my kid, your mom says, slapping you on the back. You stumble a little. Your arms start to ache after the first half hour of work, but you keep going. By the end of the month, you feel utterly drained and exhausted. And good somehow. You can feel your muscles growing already. Looking for more difficulty? This harder card challenge option will keep you on your toes. Want to focus on the story? Well, we'll have hard challenges off, I guess. Want to focus on the story? This will replace future minigames with a quick coin flip based on your age and skills. You can change either option at any time from the settings menu. Okay. No, I think we'll just do normal challenges. We won't do hard card challenges or easy challenges. So we have some absorbent brain, +1 skill on brain challenge win. So we put our blues next to each other, and then we put the reds all near each other. And that gets us to 9 out of a goal of 7, so we can win. So we got 4 toughness, including a +1 from the... I guess winning the card game got us a +1. And then we got a point with Cow, 5 kudos, which means... I guess the kudos are the thumbs up. So we're at 10 kudos. And we got 15 stress. Our stress is getting real high. We're gonna have to relax. Late quiet. Alright. We are in the next month. Well, let's talk to Mom and Dad, I guess. Your mom is hard at work breaking ground for the new fields. As the colony's chief cultivator, she's been preparing for this year for as long as you can remember. Hey, Solana, she says, leaning hard on the tiller and mopping about. You need me for something? If you're not going to class, I can always put you to work. No, it's the same questions as before. You need a break soon, says our little brain. If we had animals 20 or greater, we could help Dad with the animals, but we can't. If we had Persuasion 20, we could talk to Mars. Biology 20 would let us talk to Cal. Empathy 20 to Elf Girl, whose name I forget. Oh gosh, that's gonna mean Tammy. We're getting closer to toughness 20 so that we can train with Anemone. Tangent, we need reasoning 20 to study with hers. Okay, so yeah, we have to go to the living quarters this month. The ship's quarters are where everyone eats, sleeps, and hangs out. Yada yada yada. +1 friendship with Tammy, -100 stress, forget 1 memory optional. Alright, so we're going to relax in the lounge. The lounge is a long, well-lit hall along the outer hull of the ship's midsection. It's strewn with tables and cushions and serves as a communal living room for the tiny one-room spaces every family is assigned. You flop down in the lounge's big bean bag pile with some of the other kids. Cal has a dazed, peaceful look on his face. The air smells so good on Vertumna, and so does the dirt even. You notice his clothes are filthy, but obviously Cal couldn't care less. Anemone bounces in. Holy crap, there's so much space to run around and play in. Common Chief Reed set up an outdoor sportsball court, and it is way huger than the old one on the ship. Tangent carefully selects 1 cushion from the pile and perches on it. The school is expanding to some of the empty engineering bays, she tells you, and we're getting a big new lab to do experiments using local resources. There's so much to learn about this planet. Anemone rolls her eyes, but Tang continues. We shouldn't forget our studies just because we've landed, she says primly. Tang's right, school's important. Ugh, school, let's play outside. I want to explore the jungle, or I miss space. I'm going to say I want to explore the jungle. Solana is right, you hear over your shoulder, and you startle to find Dis standing right behind you. God, when did he get here? Did you see those huge beasts in the jungle as we were landing? Dis continues, picking up a thread on his sweater until it unravels. I wonder if there are more out there. You've had less of the deja vu dreams come to life feeling this week, and you're starting to think you even imagined it. But suddenly you get a prickling sensation in the back of your neck and remember that Mars is about to enter the lounge and tell everyone to look outside. You stare at the door. Mars walks through as if on cue. OMG, everybody look outside! They're hoisting a flag over command, she says, clapping her hands excitedly. You know what that means, right? She stands tall with her hands on her hips. Vertumna is officially humanity's first exocolony ever! You look out at the flag, feeling dizzy, and silently mouth the words along with what she says next. You remember this moment as well. This is history, kids, she exclaims, wrapping Anemone and Tangent under each arm, and we were there. Relaxing, you took the month off! Do you want to forget? So we can forget the wondering and the crawling, which are like 2 baby cards we have that are like 0 value. Oh, okay, we only get to pick one of them. We can get rid of wondering or get rid of crawling. I guess we're gonna get rid of wondering because we have that Tammy card, which sometimes can turn a toughness card from strength 0 to strength 2, so maybe... Yeah, the brain card is actually less useful to us, I think. Well, alright, we're gonna close cards. You wake from an afternoon nap. You squint into the pink-tinged light slanting through the windows. You must have fallen asleep in the lounge. Tammy's shadow falls across your nest of pillows. Oh, I'm sorry, Solana, she says, giggling. I didn't mean to wake you up. It's just so nice outside with pollen sprinkling into the sunlight. I wanted to open the windows. You rub your eyes blearily. You were having the weirdest dream. Since you're awake, you should visit the cafeteria. Auntie Sedent is making a new kind of candy. She says it's made of cotton. Isn't that weird? You have to go tidy the creche first, then... Oh, I have to go tidy the creche first, then I'll meet you there. Save some for me, okay? Tammy skips off towards the creche, humming to herself. I can go get that free candy, or say I don't want any candy. But of course I want the free candy! Oh my gosh, we have another beautiful lady here in charge of the cafeteria. In the cafeteria, Auntie Sedent is cheerfully handing out masses of pink candy, puffy and soft like clouds. Oh. So it's actually cotton candy. It's not like space cotton candy, and it's actually made of something weird. Oh, Solana, she says, handing you a wand with some candy spun around the end. Here, try some of this. We used to have it on Earth. You pull off a piece and give it a taste. It's so sweet at first that your mouth puckers. You've never tasted anything so sweet and so real. It's not at all like the soy sweets that the kitchen nanoprinter could make. It melts in your mouth, leaving gritty residue on your tongue. Auntie Sedent's cotton candy offering is interesting because her hair looks like cotton candy. which is great. You wait until everyone is gone, but Tammy never shows up. You look down at the cotton candy in your hands. It's wilted a little from the humidity, but it's kind of like her hair, you think. Pale pink and so soft. You keep some to give to her later. Oh yeah, I guess Tammy's hair is also cotton candy-ish. You're relaxing in your family's quarters after dinner. Your mom had to run off on some kind of council business, so you and your dad are playing a hologame together. When you're just about ready to head off to bed, your mom returns. You can tell from the defeated slant of her shoulders that something has gone terribly wrong. Your dad starts to ask her what's happened, but she waves him away and approaches you. She sits down and takes your hand and holds it between her two strong dirt-creased ones. Oh, her dirt-creased hands. Solana, I'm so sorry to have to tell you this. She starts. Her mouth quivers as she swallows, working on her next words. There's an accident this afternoon. In the creche. Your classmate, Tammy, has died. What? You try to understand her words. Tammy? Dead? That's not possible. You suddenly remember the cotton candy you were saving to give to Tammy, pink and fluffy, just like her hair. You put your hand in your pocket to get it, but what comes out is a sticky, dark red lump of hard goo. You stare at it. Your mind blank. Oh, you can ask what happened or just go to bed. Well, let's ask what happened. Your mom tells you as simply as possible that Tammy was killed by an electric shock from a broken hollow projector. It was just an accident. You press her for more, for an explanation. A little girl is dead. Someone you've grown up with. Someone who's much like you. She wasn't sick or anything. You just saw her this morning. She was right there. Why? Your mom's eyes are sad as she tells you. Sometimes there's just no reason why. You aren't used to dealing with death, and you don't know what you're supposed to say or do. You sort of mumble, okay, then get changed and crawl into bed, a full hour before your bedtime. You try and fall asleep, but you toss and turn for hours. You eventually drift off to fitful dreams of that small, sticky red lump of cotton candy. So, now we're at age 10, mid-pollen season. Wow. In mourning. You're mourning the loss of a loved one. All skill increases reduced by 1 for 3 months, and some jobs and actions can't be performed. Wow, they said that children death could happen off screen, but they really just killed off a kid. Huh. Well, it's been over an hour, and I guess that's a suitably dramatic place to stop. So let's go to the system. We'll hit save. Do a new save. Game GAME1. Game 1. Classic save game name. This has been our first look at being a teenage exocolonist. I guess we were age 10 the whole time. You have to play fairly far into the game to actually be a teenager, but poor Tammy. I guess it adds replay value if there's randomly kids getting killed off by electric shock. Oh boy. I didn't expect. I thought a monster. I thought that when we get, that we go out in the jungle or something, like a kid would get eaten. But sometimes they get you. All right. I don't think there'll be more recordings of this, but yeah, I mean, it seems like a fun game if you like this kind of a choicey type, schedule-y type game. See ya, folks.